real estate, I just say, find someone who is willing. And I got lucky, but I could have sought people out. I wasn't seeking anyone out, and I found Paul just naturally.
Yeah.
But, through like Keller Williams, I was going to a bunch of classes. I was meeting a bunch of agents, and that's how. What I would do is I would hold open houses, so I didn't have any listings.
Yeah.
But I knew these agents, and they were nice, and I said, hey, if you ever have if you have listings and you're out of town that weekend and you want an open house, I'd love to hold it for you. And they called me every single week. So every weekend I was doing open houses and getting more comfortable with speaking to people about real estate, learning the market, learning that neighborhood. So if I do an open house in a neighborhood, I'll go knock on all the neighbors' doors and invite them to the open house. So it's just getting myself out there, learning the neighborhoods. A lot of the neighbors will come in and tell me, oh yeah, like we've been living here for 20 years, and they'll tell me, oh, on the other side of that hill is this beautiful park that no one goes to, or they just tell you all the little things that is essential for me to know for my clients when they say, hey, I want to move into this neighborhood. Have you ever heard anything about it? Like, absolutely, I have, And that was all just through me, putting myself out there, talking to people. It was uncomfortable to be like, hey, I think I watched it on a YouTube video that I should go ask other agents.
What to say.
So it just worked out. And just be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's something I learned. That's something I really took from the Marine Corps, was being comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's not going to be easy. If you want to be the best agent or the best at anything, it's not going to be a comfortable road on the way there. You're going to have to overcome objections and be mentally tough and just stick it out. So I'm still early in the process. I'm learning a lot. And at the same time, every day I just have to, if I get shut down, or if I'm making cold calls and people are hanging up on me left and right, you just have to take a deep breath and just keep pushing. I've seen a lot of success through my cold calls and through circle prospecting is what we do. So we'll call, I sold a house in San Luis Obispo. I'll call all the neighbors that have their numbers listed online that I find, and I'll just say, hey, just calling. I'm a local real estate expert. If you ever want market updates or want to know how COVID-19, just have conversations over and over again. Yeah. 90% of the time I get hung up on, but 10% of the time I find someone who's like, oh yeah, I do have a question about that. And then we build a relationship, and I might not sell them a house or do anything for them for 10 years, but it's building that database and building relationships.
Yeah, and if they know you, then they're family, and around here no one seems to leave. So.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Someone knows someone who wants to buy a house or sell or something like that. So
yeah, that's awesome. So just a fun fact about Jacob, he is training right now for, what was it?
This is early in the process, but training for an Ironman. It's early on. I like the idea of pushing through, mental barriers and things like that, and I'm trying to apply that to business. So I have a great book recommendation. It's from David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. It's an amazing book if you want to run through a brick wall. Listen to that when you're running. But it's all about overcoming fears and being mentally tough. So that's why I like training for things like Ironmans. So many times you want to quit and it's hard and you just push through it. So I run in the mornings, or I train in the mornings, and then I already feel like I accomplished something. So then when I get to the office, it's like, I already wanted to quit today and I didn't. I already overcame that. So what's next, So then making phone calls and wanting to quit because people aren't answering the phone or whatever, it's easy for me to just be like, okay, well, on to the next one,
Yeah. So do you, just for people, if they want to see what you're about or anything like that, do you have like a business, like a business Instagram or a business, like a website or anything like that you want to tell people about?
Yeah, I do. So Facebook and Instagram, it's Jacob Gale Real Estate. And then my website is jacob.swackrealestategroup.com. So the big thing is all through SWAC Real Estate Group, we have an office in Shell Beach. So we're the experts in Pismo Beach, Shell Beach. We're always in the mix, going to all the meetings, learning about what's happening within the city, what improvements are happening, what new complexes are being built, things like that. Jacob Gale on LinkedIn, and that's pretty much it.
And just in case you guys are wondering, it's Gale for his last name.
Yes,
so if you guys want to look that up, there is that. So anything else?
Yeah.
No?
I think we covered it.
I think we're good. So thank you, Jacob Gale, for being with us and for helping us out on our second ever podcast.
Great.
It was super fun. We're glad you can make it. I think we got some great information, and we'll be back next week. Yeah, with another one. We'll see who decides to turn up or what we decide to cover next week. So hope to see you guys then.
Awesome. Thank you. I've got to pee so bad right now.
Oh, I think that's in it.
Can we condense that?